Hey, welcome back to World Entertainment, and the crazy train that is James Gunn just keeps rolling because the guy just cannot shut up for some reason. He just has to keep going. And of course, there's now all the backlash and stuff towards the latest episodes of Peacemaker, which everybody saw coming and what it is, whatever. But he's decided now to respond in an interview. And what's he done? Yeah, he's done the typical Hollywood thing. He's called the fans racist. But he's also admitted that he has absolutely no oversight from Warner Brothers. So that is a terrible thing to admit, because now we understand why everything that he's putting out is exactly what it is because Warner Brothers clearly don't care. They really are the dumbest company. Why are they not stepping in and going, James, you gotta stop doing this crap and stuff? And it's gonna bite them, and bite them hard in the ass when all of this crap starts flopping. So let's see what exactly this is anyway, because it's saying here James Gunn called fans racist in a recent interview while admitting that he has no oversight from Warner Brothers on DC projects. And it, as it even says here, like, when in doubt, blame the fans. That's been Hollywood's favourite play for years now. Every time a franchise stumbles or viewers push back, executives and creators deflect by smearing the audience with labels like racist, sexist, toxic, and now James Gunn, the man at the helm of the DC's future, has joined in. So where did he say this? Well, he said it in a recent GQ interview, and he was addressing the reaction to Peacemaker Season 2's alternate Earth twist, which of course is Earth X, which is dominated by Yazis, and even includes fascist symbolisms on the American flag, which of course is the swastika. And it's funny, by the way, I do have to point out, and this is one of these things that so many people get angry with, the actual swastika was never actually an evil symbol. People always kind of go, oh, it's Nazis as soon as they see it. There's so many cultures in the world that symbol is actually a religious symbol. Yes, it's like a lot of the things that were symbols around the world that Nazi Germany did take and corrupt. So just bear that in mind every time you see a swastika or something like that, depending where it is and stuff, you know. Like, I'm not trying to say, oh, wherever you see it, just think it's a bit. No, it all comes into context as well, but just realize that it is a symbol that has been around and around the world for decades and decades, if not generations and generations. So it is funny though. But instead of acknowledging that some fans simply didn't like the direction, Gunn went on the offensive and labelled them racist. And this is what he actually said. It's just like this cope mechanism for Hollywood now. He said, I have a few racists that have called me polarizing, but I'm okay with being polarizing and letting racist fall to the wayside. People have loved this episode the most, so it's exciting. It's interesting that he's saying that. What people, James? By all means, do show us what people you're talking about that love that episode the most. The episode where he made the utopia world, keep that in mind, it says a lot more about his train of thought than anything, where there was no people of colour at all. No black people, no Asians, no Indians, nothing like that. And it was apparently the most peaceful Earth ever. So that kind of says a lot more about him than anything else. But he even put a scene in where, here it is, here's the racist world. Here's where they are all pretty much the KKK. And what does the guy jump out, point and say about the black woman? He literally says, it's a black, as opposed to dropping an N-word. Like, he's thrown in bisexual orgies. He has Lex Luthor dropping F-bombs, talking about prison graping and stuff like that. But he was afraid to use an N-bomb in the show. And why? Why was he afraid to use it? do you know? Did you actually hear the reasoning? He did not go that far with all of his edge that he likes to put in because he's the edgelord. Do you know why? He didn't want the actress to feel uncomfortable, even though she's an actress and would know that the person saying it doesn't mean it, because they are also acting, playing pretend, dropping a line that was written for them to say. So that is insane that he goes so far pushing all this other crap, and then right at that point where it's like, okay, here's your chance, let's see if you're willing to go there. Oh no, you're not. So it's funny. So I do want to see where these people who said they loved this episode the most are, because I haven't seen anyone like the show, never mind one episode. Everybody seems to hate this thing. It does not chart. So what exactly is he hearing, and where is he hearing it from? Unless he's sitting in a room with all of his friends and they're clapping at him going, "It was so brilliant, James. It was so stunning and brave." It's crazy. And then it's saying it's an alarming statement for everyone who raised valid concerns about his work. If you dislike the episode, James Gunn suggests that maybe you're one of the racists. Gunn's tactic is hardly new. We've seen it repeatedly. And of course, you have Star Wars branded unhappy fans as sexist and racist after pushback on new characters. Marvel, of course, has dismissed fan criticism from unpopular storylines as toxic, and stars from Rings of Power and The Acolyte used accusations of bigotry to reframe underwhelming reception and all this stuff. So it's crazy. And then the worst part is he says, I can do whatever I want. So it's saying equally striking as in the GQ piece is Gunn's admission of just how much authority he holds in the DCU. So he was speaking about Peacemaker, but he said this: I really do whatever I want with Peacemaker. And I mean, in one respect, I do whatever I want with anything, because I am able to make my own choices and I am my own boss. That's not what you want to be hearing for a guy who, as of right now, is actually losing you money. So then it's saying many believe that Warner Brothers CEO David Zaslav maintains some kind of control over Gunn. After all, Kathleen Kennedy and Kevin Feige at Lucasfilm and Marvel still ultimately answer to Disney CEO Bob Iger. So it's saying, but Gunn even admitted that although there was pushback from various sources, he simply pressed ahead. That means Gunn not only disregards critics in the fan base, he also brushes off executives who question his direction. That's part of that whole thing. That's actually on Warner Brothers, because you can't just walk in there and go, we don't think you should go this way, or we don't think you should do that, and he pushes on and does it anyway. You're the ones who give him the money to do so, so you should be walking in and saying, hey, you either change that or we're pulling the plug. You know, don't be going, we'd prefer if you didn't do this, and then let him do it anyway, and then just sit there. We're going, okay, like, grow a pair and go out and tell him you're not doing it. This is not, like, all Warner Brothers has to do right now is look at the pushback with half of this crap and just go, yeah, we really need to wheel him in. And I said it in a video the other day about, I think it was in the Supergirl one, about how he keeps putting movies into production, and he keeps announcing more and more, but he's putting them into production so that Warner Brothers can't exactly cancel anything on him, because Superman came out, but Supergirl was already filmed. Now Supergirl's going to come out, and by the time that comes out, Clayface will already be filmed, and something else will probably be in production. So he's running this thing where Warner Brothers needs to say, stop filming things, stop announcing things, let's wait till the couple of these things come out and we see how well they're received and how well they do. Because what's the point in pumping money into letting him make all of these things and then they come out and they bomb? What's the point? You're stuck then, because you're going, well, we've already invested X amount because he's already got another 3 things in production, 2 of which are ready. So yeah, they really need to kind of pull him back in and say, James, you're our employee, you're not the boss. You need to start listening to us. One of the things not to do, and what they should really be sitting down saying, you've just screwed everything right here, is the fact that when fans went, Jesus dude, what the hell is this episode, to go, yeah, they're just racist, and they just let them fall to the wayside. Yeah, it's not a great plan. It's not a great plan at all. So let's see how this works out for him, because I don't think it's going to work out all that well. But do let me know what you guys think of it, because he clearly is showing that if you don't enjoy anything off what he's doing with the DCU, he thinks you're a racist, that you're nothing worth talking about, and he wants you to be gone. So do let us know what you think of all this, and what you think should happen. Do you think Warner Brothers should actually step in and tell him, like, you gotta slow down and stop? Let us know. And with that, I shall leave it there for this one. So like, share, subscribe, all that good stuff, hype buttons, everything else. Cheers. Catch you in the next one.